briefing in line to incidences that happens within North Kyoga, our region. Generally, the region is peaceful with continued isolated cases that we are attending to. In the first place, we have registered a case of suspected murder in Dokolo. Our territorial police in Dokolo district have arrested 5 suspects for allegedly beating one Okai Jasper, 24 years old. It is alleged that on the 14th of September 2024, at around 1100 hours in the night, while Okai Jasper was on his way with his colleague from Bata Trading Center, they were attacked by a group of 5 people and managed to beat Jasper, while the other 2 escaped. The motives of the beating is not yet established, and that is something we're investigating. And the police in Doklo were informed. The scene was visited. It was examined and fully documented. Postmortem was as well conducted at the scene. The deceased is a resident of Alapata Parish, Bara Sub-County in Dokolo District. These 5 suspects include Ichek Ambrose, 25 years old, Ubwa Edmond, 19 years, Aul Barbara, 17-year-old, juvenile, Awidi Sarah, 16 years, and Akelo Cinderella. All these 5 are from Oket Shell, Southern Ward, Bara Town Council in Dokolo District. On a similar note, we also registered a suspected murder in Lira City West Division, where the community members of Unekmono Swam at Awida Cell in Lira City apprehended Moro Joshua, 20 years old, a student at Ebenezer University and a resident of Bachik Village, Opeta Parish, Abore Sub-County in Kole District, on allegation that he hit Ojok Ronald on the forehead and killed him. This issue was alleged that it happened on the 15th September 2024 at around 800 hours, where Ojok Ronald left home to go for work as a casual laborer, but later at around 3 p.m. his body was discovered dead and dumped at Nermuno Swam, Raweda Cell in Lira City, where he was having a deep cut wound on the forehead. Subsequently, the community members found Moro Joshua fleeing the scene with blood stain on his clothes. So immediately suspected to be the one behind that death. Police at Lira City West Division received this information. The suspect was sent to City West and detained. A team later proceeded to the scene, examined and documented the scene. Body was picked and taken to Lira Regional Referral Hospital mortuary, where we expect a postmortem to be done. There is need for us to recover the exhibits used. An inquiry to this incident is going on. Third term has officially started today, 16th September 2024. As a region, we know there may be challenges in transportation. However, we encourage our parents to be mindful of their children as they go back to school. Drivers must observe the following. 1, they should avoid overspeeding, avoid overloading. They should observe and be conscious of other road users. The drivers should still realize that and get to know that our road network in the region is still very poor. Therefore, they must be very careful. Vehicle and motorcycle must be checked well before taking off or loading people. They should observe road signs, particularly like overtaking in corners. They should be able to slow down in trading centers, the hospitals, and they must observe a speed limit. This is a promotional term. We encourage students to commit themselves in studies other than things that destroys their being at the school. As police, we shall be in touch with the school management to resume with our school outreach program on crime prevention and community policing. At the end of last term, we were directly involved, and we had moved a number of schools, and we are sure it made some positive impact, that effect. We also registered a case of murder by assault in Kole district. Our territorial police in Kole district have arrested Akelo Lily, 54 years old, and 3 of her children to support investigation into the alleged murder by assault of the husband identified as Owin Alfred. Owin Alfred is 59 years old, and this incident happened from Ananobe ASL, Wani Adilo Ward, a little town council in Kole district. It was alleged that on the 14th of September 2024, at around 2200 hours, Owin returned home while drunk and found when the wife and the other children had slept. So he forcefully opened the door where the wife was sleeping while carrying a slasher, and he allegedly attacked the wife. The wife caught him and pushed him outside while making alarm and calling for help from the children. She later picked a stick and hit the husband. As the children woke up, they came and found when their dad was already down, but still holding the slasher, and their mom holding the sticks. They removed both items and asked them to go and sleep. However, since they were not sleeping together in the same house, the wife left for her house while leaving behind the husband at the veranda. On a sad note, the following day, Sunday, in the morning, they woke up and found when their father was dead and lying under the veranda on the 15th September 2024. A report was made at the police post where a case of suspected murder by assault was registered at Tagoma police outpost. A crime scene was visited, examined, and documented by the district scene of crime officer. Statements were recorded from witnesses and the neighbors. Preliminary findings indicates a long domestic misunderstanding has been going on for about 15 years, where at some point the two fought and Owin allegedly beat the nose of Akelo. And even up to now it has that scar, actually removed part of it, of the nose. Akelo and the 3 children have been apprehended. The children include Okelo Emmanuel, 30 years, Udu Solomon, 17 years, and Atiang Raska, 15 years old. Their arrest is basically to support investigation. The deceased body has been picked and conveyed to Lira Regional Referral Hospital mortuary pending a postmortem. As police, this is not the first incident that we are receiving. There are a number of other incidences that we have been receiving in line to domestic misunderstanding. As police, we shall be doing our part to apprehend the suspects and make sure court handles their fate. However, we appeal to other stakeholders like the civil society organization, the cultural leadership, the religious leaders, to support in talking to some of the family members who have such kind of disagreement. By so doing that, we shall be doing our best to resolve some of these problems that comes in homes. We had a case of accident where a 9-year-old child identified as Adong Evelyn, a resident of Angwet, was on 15th September 2024 knocked and injured by a motor vehicle registration number UBR 909G being driven by Auma Robina, 26 years old, and she's a resident of Ajokdong village in Aguada sub-county, Dongolo district. It was alleged that while Auma was driving from Dokolo side, heading to Lira city, upon reaching Angwet, knocked a child, Adong Evelyn, while crossing the road, and she sustained injuries. The scene was visited by our traffic officers from Lira City Central Police Station. Victim rushed to Lira Regional Referral Hospital for treatment. The motor vehicle has been brought to the station pending IOV inspection. The driver is detained in our cells and investigation is going on. In a similar way, we also registered a case of accident in Apache district where 71 people were injured in an accident which occurred on the 13th of September 2024 along Apache Akokolo Road. It was alleged that the driver who was on the run at that material time, driving motor vehicle registration number UBG 552Q, a lorry Fuso, white in color, was traveling with over 100 people while going for a burial in Akokoro. While they reached Abuja Town Council, the brakes failed and the driver lost control and the vehicle overturned, injuring these 71 people, who were quickly rushed to Apache General Hospital with the help from Apache local government leadership, Apache Hospital. They sent ambulances and other vehicles to carry the injured people. The vehicle has been towed and taken to Abuja police station pending IOV inspection. 4 people were later referred to Lira Regional Referral Hospital who were on critical condition. We have 20 victims still receiving treatment in Apache Hospital, while the rest have been discharged. However, yesterday we received a report of 1 victim in the names of Ogwal Alfred, 65 years old, a resident of Omal Trading Center, died from the hospital at around 9 in the night. The driver, Ogwal Isaac, also reported himself yesterday at Apache Central Police Station, and also he was injured. He got a hit on the chest, on the by the steering, as well as the ribs. So we have issued with him a police form 3, like the others who got injured were also given police form 3, and we expect him and others to return those medical report. We encourage our drivers to always check vehicles regularly before moving with passengers. But also this calls for tough measures by our traffic officers who are on the road to always apprehend, because when a vehicle is overloaded, definitely you know this is outside the law. So this is a challenge to our traffic team who are on the way. We also registered a case of impersonation and theft at Lira Regional Referral Hospital. Our territorial police at Lira City Central Police Station are holding one, Uchien Tony Henry, age 39 years old. He's an anesthesia officer and a resident of a DL Kasubi cell at DL Wat, Lira City West, a division. He was alleged that on the 14th of September 2024, at around 900 hours, one Akate Esther, 63 years old, while attending to her sick mother at the referral hospital, was approached by Uchien Tom Henry, who claimed to be a doctor and received 35,000 shillings that he was going to treat a patient. But upon receipt of the money, Uchien disappeared, hence the attendant got concerned and later informed the management, and the police officers attached at the hospital looked for him and was later identified and immediately arrested and brought to Central Police Station in Lira City here, where he is detained and being investigated. We want to alert members of the public to be very careful while dealing with such a con men. The same way you find corridor lawyers in the court, these people are equally there in hospital facilities looking for means of survival. But again, this is a government hospital where we don't expect a doctor to ask for money unless it is in a private facility. But above all, a doctor cannot ask the money directly. There are procedures that one is supposed to pay. So it is also unfortunate some of our community members, due to ignorance, they do not know some of these steps, and you find they are conned. We had a murder case in Oture district as well. Our territorial police and community members in Amuasi village, Opeja Parish, Okwang sub-county in Oture district, are in shock after an 8-year-old child, girl, went missing for 2 days, but later discovered dead in the bush just 200 meters away from the parents' house. It was reported that the 8-year-old child went missing on the 11th of September 2024, and a case of disappearance was reported at Okwang police station, and the police and the community members jointly searched for the girl, and on the 13th of September 2024, they first recovered the deceased clothes, and besides the cloth was a panga, which fortunately people know who owns this panga. They identified the owner as Ugwal Isaac, he's 35 years old, from that same village, according to the community members and the clan members. Later, about 60 meters from where the deceased clothes and the panga was bought, they found the deceased body lying naked with multiple cuts on the body. A case of suspected murder was immediately registered. A team of police officers from Oture Central Police Station and Okwang visited the scene. The scene of crime officer examined and documented it. A swab for forensic examination was conducted. The panga and the clothes at the primary scene was recovered and exhibited. Postmortem conducted at the scene, and the doctor confirmed this child defiled first before she was killed. The trouser believed to be for the suspect was also recovered and has equally been exhibited. as we plan to take it for forensic analysis and a DNA comparison. The body, after post-mortem was conducted, was handed over to the relatives for burial. Statements were recorded from some community members and filed. The suspect had taken off, but finally handed over himself to the police after getting information that the community also were planning to lynch him up. So currently he is detained at Otuge Central Police Station, where investigation is going on. This is a very unfortunate incident, just like it shocked members of the community in that area and the police. As a region, we want to join the team on ground in Otuge and pledge our commitment as police that we shall do all it takes to see that justice is realized for this innocent child. Our territorial police in Lira City Central Police Station, led by the District Police Commander, Senior Superintendent of Police, Ampire Brian, conducted community policing and crime prevention in Boroboro as Central, Boroboro Ward, and Uganda Technical College in Teobia Cell, Central Division in Lira City. This came about as a result of a transformative approach which our strategic leadership have put in place to promote democratic form of service delivery by the police based on crime prevention, proactiveness, being visible, and a police which is accessible to all the communities. This has reinforced and improved our commitment of police with all the stakeholders. Realize that they have shared responsibilities to work together in order to have a safe and secure communities. The community policing was involving the community members with the local leadership in all the villages in Boroboro and some of the management from St. Catherine Girl School. Also at the UTC, we had students close to about 200 in number. We had the Dean of Students, we had the Guild President and his cabinet. What was our objectives of this community policy? One was to establish accessible, effective, and efficient policing system with the assistance of the public. Two was to prevent crime in the community through increased vigilance and visibility. We also wanted to empower the community on issues of crime and their legal rights. We also wanted to promote open and honest relations between the police and the public. We're also looking at improving the quality of police services and integrate them into the community life. And also to promote greater accountability in policing. As we work, as we talk to the community, we are sharing what we do back to the community members. We also shared with them that we need teamwork and coordination between the police and the students and the institution leadership at UTC, even other learning institutions like St. Catherine, Dr. Bore, and others. We encourage the students to avoid themselves in criminal activities which can spoil their CV and in future deny them a lot of opportunities. We shared with them to avoid moving at night lonely. Instead, they should move in groups. Students must be conscious on their health practices and take precautions on what they can, take precaution what can damage their lives, like unsafe sex, too much drinking of alcohol, and another act that is bad for their health. The team encourage the students to follow the institutional rules and regulations, be disciplined so that they succeed very well in their studies while at the college. Now, this brings me to say why sometimes we conduct community policing. We want the community members to know that for a successful investigation of cases and prosecution before court, the community are very, very important in supporting police through reporting of cases that happen in the community, supporting police with evidence during investigation, and also they can testify before court, and this supports court to make proper and rightful judgment upon a suspect. For easy management of crime, we are now conducting community policing as one of the most important modern policing strategy which we have adopted. And that's why Lira City currently is very calm. You used to hear of this, or walk, you used to hear of these street goons disturbing. But of late, the situation is calm due to intensive community policing which has been going on by our unit commanders. DPC in Central here, DPC in City West, and DPC in City East. All have been doing effective and intensive community policing, letting the community understand. And the community members have openly begun sharing names of suspects whom they believe are disturbing them in the community. And this makes us do or conduct intelligence-led operations. And at the end of the day, these people are taken to court and remanded. And later, freedom is realized in the community. Our territorial police in Otuke district are investigating a case of suspected murder of one Kere Sam, (32 years old). This incident took place in Obore village, Ating Parish, Urum sub-county in Otuke district. It was alleged that on the 10th of September 2024, Kere Sam was at the bar of Abura Dennis in Oboko Trading Center drinking alcohol. However, the next day, on the 11th, at around 7:30 hours, he was discovered lying helpless at the veranda of a house which people don't stay in, but belonged to one identified as a Lange Martin in Awida Trading Center, Ogor sub-county. He was full of mud, injured on the upper left face, and was unconscious. He was quickly rushed to Room Health Center 4 and died later. A case of suspected murder by assault was registered at Otuke Central Police Station. Crime scene visited, examined, and documented by the scene of crime officer. The bar owner, Abura Dennis, was summoned to the police to make statement and support investigation. Postmortem was conducted and body handed over to the relatives for burial. We suspect Kere was assaulted by some people, though up to now there is still no clue linking to the perpetrators. We appeal to anyone who have any information to support investigation and arresting these culprits. Since the month began, we have registered series of murder cases, suspected murder cases, murder by assault, murder by poisoning, murder by arson, murder by sexual assault, And most of the reasons you find are suspected thieves, disagreement in the bars, and sometimes the family members claim some of these a member is hostile. Sometimes it's due to a witch. Somebody is alleged to be a witch. You find people take the law into their hand. As police, we condemned very strongly an act of taking law into our hands. It is a barbaric act, inhumane, uncultured, and must stop. If we take from the spiritual aspects, you realize that in the Bible even is very clear. There is 10 commandments of God, which was sometimes back given to Moses. Commandment number 5 and 7. 5 says thou shalt not kill. 7 says thou shalt not steal. Now who are we to kill and steal? So, the thieves must also realize that the community are tired of them. That is why sometimes people take the law into their hand. We therefore appeal to our spiritual leaders to join police in the fight against crime like murders through teaching during Mass or service or even Juma prayers for the Muslims by making some strong statement. It is very rare to hear leaders making statements against some of these barbaric acts that are happening in the community. All the time you hear police making statements, but what about our community members, our local leaders, our district leaders, the spiritual one, the civil society organization? Where are we? Let's have joint hands and fight this vice together. In the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, Article 17, which gives duties of a citizen, 1F says it is a duty of every citizen of Uganda to cooperate with lawful agencies in maintenance of law and order. What have you done as a community member in fighting some of these incidents that are coming up? Also, Article 22 talks about protection of right to life. No person shall be deprived of life intentionally except in the execution of a sentence passed in a fair trial by a court of competent jurisdiction in respect of a criminal offense under the laws of Uganda. And the conviction and sentence have been confirmed by the highest appellate court. This is where we are going. But every day you are hearing murder by assault, murder by mob. Again, Article 24 talks about respect for human dignity and protection from inhuman treatment. No person shall be subjected to any form of torture or cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment. The case in point, this woman who was beaten in Boroboro here, that is an act of torture, and very many others. Again, we want to send a strong message that also as we advocate for the rights of the criminals must know that the community are tired of their criminal activities. They should reform and start engaging in developmental activities to transform the areas in which they lived in. Instead of going to steal somebody's cows, instead of going to steal somebody's goat or a motorcycle where you are lynched. It's unfortunate. This shows the level at which the community are dissatisfied with their action. We have a number of government programs like the PDM, the Myoga, Youth Livelihood Program. We expect leaders at all sectors, particularly the district leaders, the city, to sensitize the people about this, the benefit of some of these government programs. If only they can do that, instead of engaging in soliciting for bribe so that the groups get Paris development model. This is not right. We should learn to work with honesty. And finally, we registered a case of unnatural offense. Our territorial police of Lira City East Division has in custody one Uming Moses, 22 years old, on allegation of playing sex on a 1-month-old calf, which belongs to Udong George. This incident happened from Apingmo village, Adola Parish, Awiyudiek sub-county, in Lira district. It is alleged that on the 8th of this month, 2024, at around 20:30 hours, Odongo George, 70 years old, while at his home, observed Uming Moses coming from behind his house, where his mother cow and the calf were tied. Because of Uming's previous characters, he became suspicious. Hence, he touched to check on this animal, only to realize that the calf was bleeding. Mr. Odongo reported this matter to Majan Police Post, and a case of unnatural offense registered. Uming has subsequently been arrested and detained at police cells. We have invited a veterinary doctor to assess this calf to confirm the incident. I think by now they should have done the assessment. Uming was in January this year caught red-handed, conducting himself in a similar manner with Rajab's calf, and the LC1 of the area resolved the matter. This is really shaming, and we suspect Uming could be behaving under the influence of drugs. It's not normal. You sleeping with an animal when you have very many women in town here. It's unfortunate, really. So, outside him getting involved maybe under the influence of drugs, we have also issued Police Form 24A to understand his mental status. Is he normally? Is he normal in his head? Probably could be having mental status or mental problem, so that he is assisted. Thank you very much, members. I've had a lengthy press briefing today. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your patience. And I call for questions if there is anything that you didn't get well. Thank you.
I have a question here.
Please.
Recently, we have seen a lot of patrol that are taking place in the town in the night. We have also started to hear about and many community members are saying that could be those who were recently arrested and they are involved in the work activity has been released. As the police, what can you say about it?
Actually, I've asked a question with the answer as well. It is true that one way of us managing the security of the area, sometimes we have impromptu checking, or sometimes we conduct operations. Sometimes we get involved in both foot and motorized patrol. It's one of the best way of managing crime in the area. It's true, sometimes when arrests are made and suspects sent to court and remanded for some few times, maybe 4 months, 2 months, 6 months, when this team returns, they again start from where they have stopped. This is unfortunate. In my understanding, a prison is a place that is gazetted to transform you, to make you change, get change. But others comes when they're getting worse again. You get. But of course, as police, we are not sleeping. Our territorial commanders are on ground, our intelligence officers are on ground, and we're working very closely with the community leaders to see that we avert this kind of issues. But of late, I think the city is really very calm. Thank you.
What is also the name of the driver of the accident that happened?
In?
The name of the driver of the accident that happened.
The driver, I said, is Ogwal Isaac. Ogwal Isaac. I didn't get his age because we have not taken his statement since he is also injured. We have allowed him to go for medication and examination as well.
Suspected murder in Tokyo, in Kwan, that happened on 11 of this month. Who are those handed over, handed them to the police?
Pardon?
The mother, those suspected.
We only summoned Abura Dennis, who is the bar owner where the deceased was having evening before he met his death. Instead, we are appealing to community members to support us if anybody has any information that can lead to the arrest of the perpetrators. Thank you.
Do you have any information about the church was broken into this
I beg your pardon?
St. Philip Church was abandoned and was broken here yesterday.
Yesterday.
St. Philip's.
The church.
I have not got that report, but there was an incident. I need to consult with the commanders on ground. And I right?
Yes, and then where is Medmon Swamp? Which part of city west?
Can I be a penny time or man before I started the press briefing? But under city west.
Okay, sir.
St. Philip Church of Uganda. That was yesterday.